Lez Hang Out. And let's talk about what lessons about. And let's listen to two lesbians shout. Lez Hang Out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Lez Hang Out. I'm Ellie.
And I'm Leigh Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This Week in the Lesdom is a place where we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. In season 9, we're continuing to release our Patreon bonus episodes. Our last episode was all about gay friend group dynamics. You can listen to those at bit.ly/lespatreon. In the greater Les universe, the Buffy reboot has been canceled, which is so messed up because we were really excited about it. And Sarah Michelle Gellar said why, which was because one executive didn't like the original and was proud to say he had never watched it all the way through. And I say, fuck this man. He clearly doesn't get it. And I'm so annoyed. Unfortunately, Disney owns the rights to Buffy, so Hulu is the only place that they can really do a reboot, but we will see what happens next. In slightly better news, Tinder picked up It Starts With a Kiss, which is an LGBTQ celebrity spinoff of I Kissed a Girl, which was canceled, depressing as hell. Great show, super excited for the next season. But this new series is going to be playing directly on Tinder. It's going to be a bunch of LGBTQ celebrities who are going to be talking about their first kisses with the opposite sex. Very exciting stuff. And you can also watch it on YouTube, I believe, and Instagram. So should be a fun one. Also, Renee Rapp is joining the morning show, which any morning show fans are pretty excited about. A morning show Renee Rapp crossover. Can't wait. I'm also wondering if Renee's going to be gay in it, because of course she is. And maybe she's going to hook up with Reese Witherspoon. Let's see. Back to you, Ellie and Leigh. Thanks, Ellie and Leigh, and welcome to our 163rd installment of Should Have Been Gay.
Oh, it was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
And in this week's episode, bear with me, Ellie. Someday my prince will come, head looking like a thumb.
Yeah, he really does have a thumb head. I was gonna say, like, I don't want to be like Cinderella. Have we ever done that one?
I don't think we have. That would have been a good one.
It's a good one, too.
I went more with I need to insult this man's appearance.
As you should. Because today we're talking about smash hit, 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. Charming.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It made me laugh.
And
yeah.
So accurate.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious, like, it's just funny. I love when you pick, like, a random, like, you're like, I just saw this thing on Netflix. Looks like it could be a thing. I think it makes for a great Should Have Been Gay, but I'm so curious, like, if other people have seen this movie, because, like, I mean, let's go with IMDb synopsis and then experience, but it was quite the ride.
It truly is.
Yeah.
And so is the IMDb synopsis for this movie, which is, I kid you not, 3 fairy tale princesses find themselves engaged to the same guy, Prince Charming. That's it.
I mean, it's just funny it's funny that they have such like a passive take on that. Like, how did it happen? How did this man propose to all 3 of them? Like, it's the fairy tale princesses found themselves in a crazy situation. Like, no responsibility for this man.
Here's what I also think is funny. The IMDb synopsis centers the 3 princesses who are in this movie for a grand total
for like 5 minutes. Yeah,
max.
Barely
maybe.
in the film. Yeah.
Lenore doesn't even exist. Not here. Not present. Lenore, never heard of her. Sorry to this man.
They're like
wild.
Polytriad exists.
Wild. If you had to give me your gay synopsis, Ellie, what would it be?
I would say Prince Charming has been cursed to be gay for his entire life and ends up falling in love with the straight women have been falling at his feet, and he ends up falling in love with the only queer person in a 5-mile radius.
So real.
Finds his true love in another queer. That's what I saw.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
What about you, Leigh?
Okay, here would be my synopsis for this movie. It is Mulan's back, y'all. But like all good gentrification, this time it's white and poly.
It's the Somerville Queers.
Sorry about it.
Mulan and the Somerville Queers.
Yeah.
That's a real, if you live in the Boston area, you understand.
It's so true. It's like Mulan meets Brooklyn, right? It's just like, it's Mulan, but white people ruined it.
Yes. Well, to be fair, I feel like the people in this film are not white. I would just like to say, I feel like they're all Hispanic.
I mean, he is.
Felipe.
Are we thinking Lenore is?
Lenore, they all are supposed to be. Demi Lovato is who plays Lenore, Hispanic.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yes, just to clarify. But I feel like
Princess
is white for sure.
If anything, I think they tried to make Snow White slightly racially ambiguous in a way that I also wasn't clear on.
This film has a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, people. This film has a 22%. I don't think
and we're going to talk
they
about
made
why.
choices that don't make sense.
No,
and they made choices and didn't commit to those choices.
If they're all supposed to be Hispanic, why is he the only one with an accent?
Yes, no, it doesn't make any sense.
It's a whole lot.
It doesn't make any sense. But yes, Felipe is clearly supposed to be also played by Wilmer Valderrama. There's like so much weird context of this film as well. Like, I don't know if you know this, that Demi Lovato and Wilmer Valderrama dated. Do you know this?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And she wrote a song about, I also know most of this because Bailey was telling me about this. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching this movie, Wilmer Valderrama and Demi Lovato. She was like, oh my God, Wilmer Valderrama was such a creep, like all this stuff. And I was like, oh yeah. He was 29, she was 17 when they first started dating. She wrote a whole song about him called 29, about how he is a creep. And this was filmed in 2018, which was after they broke up, but they're playing love interests. So that's tea. But yes, it was a ride. And it definitely feels gentrified. You're correct.
It feels gentrified. It also feels like one other thing to me extremely prominently, which is like if AI wrote a film script.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Tell me about your experience, Ellie. Walk me through it. What was this like?
Great. So watched it today. I have never heard of this film.
No. And there's probably good reasons for that.
Never heard of it. Looked it up. Because I was like, what is happening here? Like, it's in sort of like the style, like 2018, I guess makes sense. Like, why I would not have been watching this animated film. Saw that at a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not surprised by that. It's like some of the comments from Rotten Tomatoes made me laugh. It's one of those like so bad it could be good. Like, I was laughing at how bad it was. Another comment on Rotten Tomatoes was like, anyone getting Arrow Ace from Charming? So like one of the first comments is like, this is a queer film. So I do think it's the right choice for a should have been gay. I don't think I ever have to watch it again.
No. Nor should anyone really, I think.
No.
I feel pretty confident saying like, listeners, if you haven't seen Charming, you are welcome to watch it. You are also welcome to just experience it vicariously through our description here and never watch it. Both of those perfectly fine, valid life choices.
Yes.
So would it make sense, assuming that we might save people some trouble, for me to try my best to give an extremely high-level overview of the plot?
Yes, please.
Okay. We meet Prince Felipe. He has to get married to, well, he has to at least kiss his true love on his 21st birthday. Not by, not before. On his 21st birthday, he has to kiss his true love. A fact that will be difficult because as a tiny newborn baby, he was cursed by, I kid you not, a character named Nemini Neverwish. AI through and through. That is a ChatGPT named character if I've ever heard one, okay? Nemini Neverwish, who was in love with his father, but his father didn't love her. He loved his mother, who died. So Nemini cursed Felipe Charming to be so charming that every woman falls in love with him. So how is he supposed to find his true love? A curse both confusing and just... What
He's
are
just
we talking
too
about?
charming.
And if he doesn't break the curse, then love will disappear from the kingdom forever. Again, how? What? What are we
Mhm.
talking about here?
Well, I feel like, yeah, there's also a piece of it that's like every woman in the town is in love with Prince Charming, therefore they cannot be in love with any of their partners. So that's like all their partners are like dealing with, yeah, it's rough.
There's been a real drop in the birth rate of Prince Charming's kingdom because nobody can fuck. Okay?
Yep.
It's a real she's playing a long game. She's like, all the women will fall in love with him and no one will make babies. And then when he has a curse not broken, no one will ever make babies again. And we will all slowly die out. It's like the end of the world in, like 2 generations. So Nemini Neverwish, real, long-term planner. We love that. So he has to break the spell. And somehow also there's a thing with the gauntlet. I don't no explanation given. It just makes you a man. And so
and only a man can find true love.
Only a man can find true love, not this spoiled little man baby. He's gotta be a manly man, and so they need to send him through the gauntlet, which appears to just be the woods / some rock.
The stakes are so low on the gauntlet. It's like it's like the untravelable road, the unkillable beast, and like the fire mountain, and like none of them. Nothing really that bad happens.
No. You know what it feels like? This Prince Charming going to prove himself in the gauntlet with the help of a guide who sort of everyone understands is also going to do everything for him while he's there kind of feels similar to like when Pete Hegseth went and pretended he could do some pull-ups, right? And then he was like, I'm a real Marine now. And you were like, what are we doing here? What are we all doing? It feels like that kind of level of it. But either way, to get him through the gauntlet, a weird collection of people vaguely related to the 3 princesses that he's engaged with decide to throw like inordinate stacks and piles of money at a thief whose name is Lenore. And they're like, you get him through the gauntlet so that he can be a real man and marry one of my daughters, right?
Yes.
It's a rough going, y'all. So they hire Lenore, who seemingly is unaffected by his charm. Again, for reasons unexplained.
We don't know.
Unexplained.
I feel like there's a weird thing where it's like her heart is somehow locked up.
Yeah, but then she gets cursed by Nemini. And it
doesn't make sense.
It's like she had a curse, then there's another curse. Her heart's in a little heart-shaped locket in her chest. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's all very weird. So she is immune to Charming's charm. Why? ?
We're going to talk about it.
But she's, but she's very capable and is going to get him through the gauntlet. She's got a little birdie because everybody needs a sidekick. And then despite the fact that he is absolutely useless and seems to undergo extremely little character growth, she's like, maybe I'm in love with him, actually. Maybe he's my true love and I'm his true love. I'm gonna tell him I'm a woman. And then she shows up and like, obviously everyone is falling in love with him because everyone cannot help but fall in love with him. And then she's like, never mind, fuck everything, I'm out. And then he's like, wait, it was love the whole time. I'm gonna go get hanged to save the kingdom. And then she saves the day, and then they kiss
and then they get married, and
Neverwish disappears in a poof for reasons once again explained. That would be silly, okay? She just does because reasons, and don't think too hard about it. And then they get married. The end.
That's it.
That's literally the movie in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's
If you think it would make more sense to you if you watch the movie,
I
challenge you.
Yeah, it won't.
I challenge you to try it.
But let's dive into the gay of it, because I do feel like as much as this movie is awful, it's quite gay.
Oh, it's super gay. It's super gay. It makes more sense to me as a gay story than as anything else about it.
Oh, so much more. I actually think you would have really increased the Rotten Tomatoes of this if we make it gay. So let's dive in. We
can get this to at least 40%.
At least. I'd love to start with Charming. Let's start with the title character. His curse is that every woman will fall in love with him, but the curse is not that he falls in love with them, right?
No.
So I feel like he's very much going through this world with gay confidence. Women are falling at his feet and he's like, I'm so charming, but it's giving gay because he kisses them, but he's very clear that like he doesn't feel anything when he kisses them. He treats women absolutely horrifically, which I feel like just gives misogynistic gay man. Like,
To be fair, so does that little goatee. Is that just me?
Oh yeah, like his whole vibe is just like giving gay. Like he's like, I don't know, how do I find true love? I've never felt anything like it, despite the fact that I've had like a million girlfriends and I'm fully engaged to 3 women. So let's talk about that piece.
The thing that's so funny to me about his engagement too is like there's something very I do think it was one of the comedic things I kind of enjoyed in the movie, and there were not a ton of them, is that every time he describes one of his fiancées, it's like not just that it's inaccurate, it's like laughably just complete and total lack of self-awareness, you know? Where he's like, oh, when I met her, like, she's really learned to slow down. When I met her, like, she couldn't wait for anything. And then, like, Cinderella is a fucking crazy person, you know? Who's like, it's midnight somewhere, let's get going, or whatever. Or Snow White, how he's like, oh, you know, she's really learning to trust again. And she is
the most mistrustful. Yeah, she's like, don't give me an apple.
She's like, I can't turn my back to the window. You could be a witch. Everyone's a witch. They're all witches. There's witches everywhere, right? It's delightfully unaware to a point that really just kind of feels like this man does not pay attention to any women around him anywhere in the entire world, right? Like women have just become like static to this man. Women are the white noise of his world, right? Like they don't exist, which feels so heterosexual.
Oh yeah, like he could not care about them at all. Like I feel like there's like a womanizing man character that you're like, okay, yeah, that's an asshole straight man. This is definitely giving like, I don't care about women at all. In a like, I don't even enjoy kissing them. Like, I don't enjoy dating them. Like, I feel like there's very little enjoyment. Like, there's a womanizer character who's like, I love women and I just love them too much. Like, you know, this is giving, girls,
yeah. They're all the same.
Yeah.
You know?
He doesn't care. I mean, the fact that he also is, like, okay with being engaged to all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I just gotta pick one. There's no, like, inner turmoil of, like, but I love them all equally. It's like, I actually could, they're like, wallpaper to me. It's like picking a color.
Little about all of them.
Yeah, it's like picking a color to paint your bedroom.
Yeah.
Like he could give 2 shits.
But you know what's funny about it is not only could he give 2 shits, these women could give 2 shits. Like, so I know you texted me and you were like, "Oh, Trophy Boy," and it's like, here's what I find so funny about Trophy Boy. None of that song is them being like, oh my God, I love him. He's so amazing. He's so caring. Like, he takes care of me. We had this experience together. Like, here's how we fell in love. They're just like, he's arm candy. He's the man that I can put in a little case and, you know, take out
he's my trophy boy,
polish up every now and again because, like, he's a prince. Like, they don't care. It's in the most heavy-handed way giving compat. Across the board, like for everyone involved in this, right? Everyone is just sort of like, well, gotta marry a man. Great that he's a prince.
Might as well be this prince.
Might as well be him.
And I feel like this is, I mean, it's what we get in a lot of fairy tale animations, right? Is like, I kissed them and they were asleep and now they're my true love and blah, 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 right? I find that the gayest thing about this movie is like, it starts there, right? And then, you know, the other thing we see, like I'm thinking of like the Shreks of the world, like, right?
Yeah.
Shrek goes on a quest with Fiona. They bond with each other. There's clearly a spark there. There's like a relationship that builds on the quest, right?
This has none of that anywhere.
This has none of it. It makes me, it's comical that you have the superficial relationships with the three of them.
Mm-hmm,
And then they try to create a non-superficial relationship between Lenore and Charming. And that also falls flat.
Also fails. Well, just like they try to create, like, there's this whole plot point where she hides in a bakery. All of the princesses are in a bakery
to get their
wedding cakes. And Lenore somehow is impersonating the baker because of reasons. It doesn't even matter. She's there, and it's supposed to somehow be a plot point that she's like, wow, you're all marrying the same guy? But I'm like, nobody cares. None of them care. None of them break up with, like, they're all just sort of like, well, he has to go through the gauntlet, so he picks one of us. And none of them really seem that invested in who
he picks. Yes.
Be. And that whole thing as being like anything in any way related to the plot, I was like, none of this needed to happen. Like, none of this was relevant to anything.
No, they just wanted to throw a poly situation. Like, that's why it's funny too. Is like,
wanted to throw a poly
it's
situation.
Like so poly too, where they're like, same man, and they're like, sure. There's no like fight. There's no tension. There's no I'm gonna call off the engagement because why are you only married? Why are you engaged to all three of us? Like, there's nothing.
No, there's just like headlines of a scandal, and that's it. Like, no one cares.
No one cares. Well, that scene too is also funny because I'm like, so the charming of it all, I'm like, gay man. But also interesting because when he meets Lenore, she is immune to his charms.
Yeah, once again, no explanation.
And the best explanation is that she's a lesbian.
Can I tell you, so true story, 90% of the time that we just like pick a random movie like this, it is entirely based on what cover art Netflix happens to serve up to me, because I fully just saw a picture of Lenore and went, that's a
lesbian.
So probably whatever the hell happens in this movie, it's actually gay. And I would like to say once again, I'm right. Correct.
You were right.
I am correct, because that is a whole lesbian. That's a dyke. Just her little, the doublet, the little, like, I was like,
her outfits. Yeah, like,
no way. That's a hetero lady.
All she cares about is her little creatures and stealing treasures. She fully is just like wrapped up in Charming's arms when she's running through the town. He can't speak. She's like, what are you doing? You're annoying and weird.
Yeah.
And then leaves. And he's like, how is someone immune to my charms? It's giving like a straight man going out to a bar and being like, that one girl that doesn't want to talk to me. That must be my true love.
That must be it.
You know,
that's
it's
the one that's meant for me. It's like every 80s rom-com come full circle, you know?
Something about that girl who could give two shits about me makes me feel like she's my true love.
She's the one I gotta have. No, it's absolutely ludicrous.
It's bonkers. And the other thing that I don't like, that I think is funny about it is like, they don't super explain why she's immune.
No, they never do. I was
trying so hard.
There's no reason ever given.
I even Googled it because I was like, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Why is she immune? It seems like for some reason her heart has been locked away because she doesn't trust people or something.
It's because she was raised at sea.
She was raised at sea.
As we all know, that salty sea air makes many a lesbian childhood.
But yeah, it's just giving big lesbian energy.
It's crazy. Let's take a break here because I want to come back and dive into so much more about Lenore, because there's layers to this onion.
Yes, online shopping is quite literally at our fingertips, but that doesn't mean it's always simple to buy. Whether it's trying to remember one of a million different logins so you can actually place your order, or getting almost all the way through checkout before realizing your card is nowhere near you, there are many hiccups that can get between you and placing that order. which is why it's such a relief when you see that purple pay button that has all of your information saved, making checkout as simple as a tap of your screen. That iconic purple shop pay button is why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet, meaning less carts going abandoned and more sales going to you. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Thrive Cosmetics, Gymshark, and Allbirds, to brands just getting started. And they're not just great at converting sales. If people haven't heard about your brand yet, Shopify can help you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And they have world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Tackle all of those important tasks from one place, making your life easier and your business operations smoother. See less carts go abandoned and more sales go with Shopify and their Shop Pay button. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.
I'm Mandy.
And I'm Melissa, and this is Moms and Mysteries.
We're two Florida moms obsessed with true crime. From infamous cases like Ellen Greenberg to shocking Florida stories like the Dan Markel killing.
With 55 million downloads, we bring you new deep dives every Tuesday and Thursday.
Listen to Moms and Mysteries on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You saw the edit, but that's not the full story.
Devontae Anderson from Love is Blind is finally speaking out.
From his relationship with Britney,
to production's role behind the scenes,
to the moment everyone's been debating.
The people of color comment.
And yes, we asked him everything.
Including what Netflix didn't show.
Like Britney meeting his family.
A lot was cut.
And now it's all coming out.
No filters.
No safe questions.
Just the truth. Listen now to the Roxanne and Chantel podcast.
Available where you get your podcasts.
All right, what are your thoughts on Lenore?
Here's the thing that I think is interesting about Lenore, because obviously big dyke energy, like straight out the gate, right? She's got like Robin Hood vibes. She's like stealing treasure and all this stuff. Is she giving it to other people? Unclear. Doesn't matter.
I don't think so. She says mine a
no,
lot.
Probably not. Probably not. She was raised at sea. She can't give money away. Here's the other thing that I think is funny though, right? Is so they hire Lenore to bring this man through the gauntlet. And for absolutely no reason, once again, they're like, and therefore you must be in disguise. Why? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
You'd think, if anything, it would be convenient that she seems to be the one person on Earth who is immune to his charms, and they could just be like, hey, this gal's gonna get you through the gauntlet. Saddle up. Have fun. See you in a week.
There is no reason for her to be wearing that horrible mustache.
There's no reason.
No reason.
Or to be called Lenny.
No reason.
Like, just insane. So she dresses up in her Mulan best. She is off to fight the Huns. She is going to war. War, in this case, being dragging a grown-ass, useless waste of a man
through the
forest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In a carriage, which you'd think shouldn't be that hard, but he's so useless that it is actually a challenge.
So difficult.
He believes he will tame every obstacle by winking at it. You know, like, it's just...
To be fair, he does get through the man-eaters.
No, he does. But that's the other thing that I think is funny is, like, how he goes from the first encounter they have with the vines, where he's like, I've held a bow once, I've never driven a cart, I can't do anything, to like suddenly accomplishing a couple things by himself. Never explained again.
The love of Lenny.
The love of Lenny.
No, it makes no
it's that
sense.
mustache. It does things to him. You
Well,
know?
and I feel like too, putting Lenore in drag also lends super heavily into the should have been gay of it all.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she knows that she's not a man. But Charming thinks she's a man the whole time. And very much is in love with this man. Like, it's giving Mulan.
So here's the thing. I will, as much as I do believe there is very little character development, character growth, anything like that, as much as I do still believe that there is very little chemistry, development of a relationship between these two, they do have a couple moments where they're like flirting, but he's fully a man.
Yes.
Or she is fully a man to Charming, right?
Yes.
Like, he fully believes this is a man. And they're up in like their little balloon carriage. How it is flying, once again, unimportant. Don't question it. It's a hot air balloon. Where's the hot air coming from? Don't need to think too hard. Okay, doesn't matter. Somehow there was like a pelt or something. It made a balloon, and we're not going to question anything else. So they're flying through the sky in this hot air balloon, whatever. And he's like, "Wow, I did a thing." And she's like, "What do you want? A kiss?" And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "What?" And then they're both like, "Bro." And I was like, what?
Why? Yes.
What are we doing here? And he's like, yeah, I could kiss a mustache. Like, what? I'm into it.
He's so into it. He doesn't care. Yes.
Make any sense. The other, like, I wrote down very few things about this movie. I wrote down one line, and it's this line when he finds out that Lenny is Lenore. Is he just goes, "It was her all along. Love is blind."
Yes.
Sir. Sir,
yes.
What?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
The second he finds out, he does not give a shit that she's been a man the whole time. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was in love with you. Cool.
Yeah.
My true love."
It's a whole lot. And here's the other thing that I think is funny, because I mean, this is technically a musical. I barely want to talk about it because it's not great. But I do think we need to talk about the song that the Oracle sings when they get captured by
the man-eaters.
The giant women tribe of man-eaters. Because the Oracle sings this song to Lenore, about Lenore, with Lenore.
Lenore.
It's so hard to figure out what's happening at any point in this movie. Yes. So the Oracle is singing this song, and in the song, the one piece of imagery that I thought was like kind of done pretty cool, but made no sense in the context of the movie that actually exists in front of our eyeballs, is that you have Lenore as Lenore on a giant pile of cash fighting Lenore as Lenny. Like with swords. And I was like, this could have been something really cool, right? If you lean into the whole like drag, trans, gender fluid, like what's happening here, what's going on with Lenore, this could make a really cool story, right? Like, imagine you tell a story where the story is Lenore pushing down this part of her that feels more masculine, wants to be a man, all of this stuff, right? And being completely immune to Charming's charm because she's
not a woman.
Right? So she's immune because she's like kind of more of a man. And there's like these two warring parts of herself that are duking it out over this pile of cash, right? And all this stuff. And you have Charming, who's just falling in love with her, him, whichever, them, either way.
I feel like them feels, because also like Demi Lovato is non-binary. So it's also interesting to be like, just like Demi Lovato playing this character as non-binary fighting against their own
Yes.
gender identity and being like, okay, yeah, I'm not in love with you because I'm not a woman. It's
Could
giving
have
like
been amazing.
it's giving The Good Place, like not a girl.
Not a girl.
Mhm.
How good could that story have been? And again, it's like, okay, Mulan was in what, 1992? Like,
Mhm.
we've done this. We've done the whole, like, we all know how fucking gay coded it is to have a dude out here falling in love with a woman undercover as a man. Like,
Mhm.
that shit's gay. How are you
Yes.
going to make this in 2018
and
not
not make it gay.
see it?
Well, I also feel like there's the piece too where like I don't even know exactly what happened, but there's a point where Lenore writes a letter to Charming, being like, "Meet me at the dainty tavern,
Dainty
dish." Okay,
Yeah.
and Charming is like super excited to meet Elle. Like, it's like Charming's like, "Oh, it's a date. Like, I'm going to meet Elle on a date," and thinking it's Lenny. And Lenny's going to show up as Lenore to be like, surprise, I'm also Lenore. And I just find it interesting that, like, why did Charming, like, agree to the date? Like, I feel like Charming very much is like, oh, a date with Lenny.
Yeah.
And I think would honestly be disappointed.
She was going to show up in that dress and he was going to be like, what?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Lenny was my true love, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just funny. Like, it's so...
It's so funny. You know what it reminds me of is, like, there is a book that we used to read for the girls that's like, I mean, it's like more of a kid's book, but it's super cute. It's called Prince and Knight. And the whole thing is basically like this prince whose parents are like, we're gonna find you like a lovely princess to marry, and like we're gonna find your love. And they like trot him around the kingdom a bit, and he meets all these lovely princesses who think he's great and charming and like are all fawning over him, and he's always just like, I don't know, this isn't doing it for me. He's like not finding anyone he likes. And then their kingdom gets attacked by a dragon, and so he like rides off to fight the dragon, and while he shows up to fight the dragon, there's this shining knight on his steed who shows up to help fight the dragon, and then they fall in love while fighting this dragon together, and then he comes back home and the whole kingdom is like, oh my God, he finally found his one true love. And then they get married and he's so happy because he found his one true love, and it's so sweet. And they have their little, like, you know, cute little white wedding suits and his little princely best. It's super sweet. That's what this movie kind of like feels like in a not as well done kind of way. You know, that's what it feels like, is Charming has just been going around being like, well, there's all these women, they're all attracted to me. I don't seem to want any of them, but there's this mustachioed man named Lenny.
And I want to go on a date to the dainty dish with him.
That really is working for me, you know? And like they should have leaned in.
They should have leaned in.
She should have showed up at for that date in a mustache.
As Lenny, yes.
Yeah.
As Lenny in like a cute outfit.
Because it's also, the other thing that doesn't make any sense to me is she shows up and she gets upset because Nemone summons all these women to like fall in love with him at this date. Yeah. And I'm like, Lenore has not spent a ton of time with Charming at this point, but she has spent enough time to know that like he doesn't seem to care about any of these women, and this is just...
Yeah, and that's his curse.
Like a
curse. Then she's like, if you loved me, you would forsake all other women. I'm like, he's engaged to 3 women. So you knew all these things about him.
This guy has like a frequent buyer's account at the local jewelry store.
Yeah, like, I don't know what you think.
They set up a punch card just for him, actually.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why you would ever think he was going to be by himself in that place.
No, it's laughable. And you could have also just not gone to a restaurant, you know?
Could have met anywhere private.
Yeah.
You could have also just, like, told him while you were on the quest. Like, there's a million options to be like, hey, I actually have been pretending to be Lenny, but I'm Lenore. Yeah. And I feel more comfortable as Lenny, so, like, maybe, like, let's stay Lenny, and we can deal with what that means. But, yeah. It's tough to talk about this film because the plot is so, like, plot-holy.
The plot is the plot is rough. The plot is rough. And it's also, I feel like the thing for me is like, I cannot decide if I read Lenore more as a lesbian or as like a trans man or a non-binary gender fluid. Like, because the thing is sometimes she's such a dyke. Like the look overall, such a dyke. The other like dykiest moment I think she has is when he's getting like thrown back and forth across like a small ravine by a giant rock monster as she ignores him, getting pummeled to death, is how she's like journaling in real time out loud.
Yes.
You know, where she's like, oh, we have to take a leap. Maybe this is my leap. Maybe he was right. Maybe I do love him. Maybe he could love me, and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is a lesbian with a notepad right here. Like, this
like,
is
my anxious attachment. Is it my anxious attachment? Am I avoidant? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, should I talk to my therapist about this? Like,
he's a Libra and I'm a Gemini.
Yeah,
how
would this work? Yeah.
He's getting pummeled to death by a giant monster, and she's like, what time of day were you born?
Yes, I need to check your birth chart.
I need to do our chart.
Please.
It's so real. It's so real because she is like down a rabbit hole of compatibility, and that feels very like lesbian coded to
It's
me.
very lesbian coded. Well, and I find it too to be like so when they go to the man-eaters, right? There's the half oracle who like is sometimes right, sometimes wrong, which to be fair was like one of the funnier parts of the film for me.
It was very what's her face in Mean Girls?
Karen.
Yeah, it's very Karen in Mean Girls.
Yeah, but
there's a 50% chance it's already raining out. There's a 50% chance they escape.
Who knows? Could go right, could go left. We don't know. But I find it too to be sort of gay for her to be like, I don't know how I feel because like I have never had this kind of feeling before. Like, could he be my true love? Like, I need to go to a psychic to tell me. Like, not really sure,
so
but like
accurate.
maybe this psychic can help me.
You know, my journaling didn't quite get me to the end of this, so I think like a tarot reading would help.
Yes, that's exactly it.
She's like, maybe a crystal and some cards could really figure this out for me.
But I do find it funny because I'm like, why do you think he's your, like, the plot holes are plot holing? Because I'm like, I don't understand why you even asked that question. He's such an idiot.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no development by
lead
that
up
point,
to
right?
Could he be my true love? Like,
I feel like they basically had one conversation where he's like, I have to find my true love, and I believe in love, even though I have absolutely no idea what it would be like, nor have I ever felt it or experienced it in any way, shape, or form, right? And it's like they have one conversation, and then she's like, is he my true love? And you're like, what?
Yeah, you're like, why?
Girl, what?
It's giving like, okay, this is like, I am a lesbian, right? And I'm like, well, I've spent some time with this man. I guess he's my boyfriend. You know, like, there's no reason for him to be your true love, but you're like, okay, well, compet.
The man in front of me at Starbucks paid for my drink. Are we getting married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what it's giving. It's giving like, all right, well, this must be it.
Yeah, it's truly baffling.
Yes.
It's a baffling plot development.
Yes.
But okay, so I do want to continue the thought experiment though of
the non-binary trans.
Well, just of this being a gay story in a general sense, right? Because here's the other thing that I think would be such a cooler movie. This would definitely get us to 40%. Okay, so imagine this: you have like genderqueer Lenore, Lenny trying to figure out who they are, where they land, why am I a like? How fun would it have been if they had been like, wait, every woman is supposed to fall in love. Felipe, why aren't I in love with
and
Felipe,
then it's like
right?
light bulb.
So.
Not a woman.
Well, light bulb moment, but also here's what I think is funny too about Nemini, because Nemini has this baffling curse, right? Where she's like, I couldn't find love, so nobody finds love. And it feels very, you know, the type of people who are like, well, I paid off my student loans, so we shouldn't forgive anybody's, right? I could totally see this being a story where, like, I know their whole thing where it's like, Nemini was in love with his father. Fuck that. What if Nemini wanted to bone his mom, right? And she's like, oh no, she married a man, therefore no one will ever be happy. and especially queers, right?
Yes.
And so how good of a story would it be if you have these two gay characters who go their whole lives thinking that they will never find true love, right? But then they find each other, and Lenore is like finally dressing like the man I maybe feel like inside, right? And you have Charming, who's like, that mustache is hot, wanna ride it. And they find each other, right? And they defeat Nemone and her like toxic baggage over the queer community. You can find love, gay people, could be the message of this absolutely horrifically done animated musical.
Yes.
You can find love, gays. And then here's what I think would be super cool about that is like, you know that scene at the end where he dies ?
Yeah.
And everyone is freed from the curse. I'm gonna say ? Viewers, because he isn't dead.
Yeah.
And it's never really explained because he took a full curse to the back and then is just like, haha, let's get married. No reasons. So anyways, when he dies ? And she kisses him, and then everyone goes through this little like bloop, 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 like a little light like rises from the depths of their soul,
freed from
up
being
through
in
their
love with Charming,
body to free them of being in love with Charming. And like, maybe this is just me, but that whole scene where like Nemone poofs out of existence and everyone sort of like awakens from this cursed slumber they've been living in. Don't you feel like that's what might happen if like J.K. Rowling died and like everyone sort of could like be free from like transphobia? Like, don't you imagine that's what it might be like if like homophobia was just like lifted from everyone?
Wow, I did not see J.K. Rowling coming into this.
Yeah.
But you are so right.
But wouldn't that get us to at least 40%?
You are so right.
On Tomatoes.
Yes.
Just imagine a world where like just the homophobia weighing everyone down sort of
has been lifted,
bubbles up in a shimmering like, you know, just frees them from its clutches and they all awaken from this curse.
I love it. Honestly, 45%.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
We're climbing.
And here's the thing. I think you could actually make this movie, like, you could fix this with very few tweaks. You just, like, go back and, like, as that scene is happening, just, like, have one person, like, wave a little rainbow flag in the background or something, you know?
Or
just, like, you just need one.
Yes, or one of the couples that is lifted is gay. Because they're all hetero. I do find, too, that I'm pretty sure the curse is lifted because they kiss, ? Because it's, like, true love's kiss.
Because it's true love's kiss and it's on his birthday. But also he's supposed to be dead.
Yeah, no, it's really confusing. But I would like to point out
and also then he's not dead.
Yes, but I would like to point out the kiss because the kiss is, he's like, wow, that's what a kiss is supposed to feel like. And clearly he's
gay.
That's just
We've
gay coded.
told that story. We've both told that story on this podcast
a million times.
Yeah.
A million times.
Is this what it should feel like?
Mm-hmm.
That is a
I finally kissed
sentiment.
My queer partner.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a gay awakening right there. That is him like feeling something at that kiss and being like, oh my God, let's try it with the mustache.
Exactly. Oh,
you know.
Yeah, and I feel like the end is not good enough because then she's like so feminine.
Yeah.
And it's like, just bring back the mustache. Like, why is she now pregnant and like knitting?
No, it's
like
here's the other thing that I think would have been better about doing it this way is that the scene with the dainty dish where she like dresses up in that dress and you've never once seen her in that dress. Like if they had done the dainty dish scene and she had just gone back to her normal clothes, that might have been one thing. As it was, like I truthfully still was like, maybe they will go gay because it felt like she was trying too hard to go like, I can be femme for you. You're into women. And I think it would have been so much better if she had shown up in that dress and he had been like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Liked you as
with the mustache.
Were. And I feel like they should have gotten married with her as Lenny.
Yes.
And
fully.
They both should have been in suits and she should have had a mustache and that would have been a million times better and made more sense for the story that did actually happen to the best of its ability in this movie. I mean, I'm not going to say it's all there in either case, but it at least would make sense with the rest of what does happen. Whereas this, I'm like, why are you all of a sudden in this like super, super feminine get. Like, we've never seen you in that. What
It
are
makes
you doing?
no sense. No sense.
It was crazy.
No sense. I also feel like honorable mention to all of the engaged princesses.
Oh,
because like they should just all be together.
They
the three
should
of them.
all be together. And I kind of feel like they might be headed that way, even in the movie.
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
That is, yeah, for sure polytriad vibes, like you said, 100%. Like, that is...
The curse is lifted and they're like, now we can be together.
And truly, I think both geopolitically and, you know, relationship-wise, it's probably for the best. I think
It's
that would
best for the
strengthen
kingdom.
all of their kingdoms. You know,
Oh, yeah.
they'd all be happy. All the parents would be thrilled. They're all marrying royalty.
Mm-hmm. Just
What
marry
could
each other.
go wrong? You just need to like take the man out of the middle of this triangle and be like, just see what he was blocking the view of. It was each other.
Yes. Oh, perfect. Anything else that's gay about this film?
Gosh, listen, I think we have done this film the best service one could hope to give it, because
It'd be so much better.
This was a struggle, and I feel like the only way really I can imagine to rescue it is to make it gay, and I think we've outlined the best ways that one could do that.
Which characters are we shipping?
Okay, well, I ship Felipe and Lenore, but as Lenny.
Lenny. Yeah.
I'm going to say I ship Philippenny.
Yes, Lenny. I see that as well. I feel like I also would like to ship like all the princesses. So, what is it? Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Cinderella. So,
Snowder Beauty.
Snowder Beauty. Yeah.
That sounds like a Pokemon. Is that a Pokemon? I think that's a Pokemon that's hiding in there.
Snow Beautyella.
Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
Yeah, no, they for sure need to all just hook up and like forget that man. That man is
Forget that man. Goodbye. Oh, honorable mention to Fairy Godmother, who I think is a drag queen. Pretty positive.
So true. So true. Also, honorable mention to the absolutely bonkers casting of this movie.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
because I know
Fairy Godmothers.
We talked about Demi Lovato and Wilder Valderrama, but this movie also features Avril Lavigne, Sia, Ashley Tisdale, John Cleese. Like, what?
So yeah, John Cleese plays the Fairy Godmother.
Yeah.
So yeah,
hysterical.
Yeah,
absolutely hysterical. Just like bonkers.
Chris
cast.
Harrison. What?
Yeah. Right? Nothing makes any sense.
No.
So yeah.
It really does.
Shout out to that as well.
Amazing. I mean, I think we can agree though that we could have gotten this up to a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Charming should have been gay.
Should have been gay.
Let's head into our Q and gay. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Q and gay.
Question number 1: who is the gayest? A. Cinderella, B. Snow White, or C. Sleeping Beauty?
I'm gonna say, I don't know why, but like super paranoid Snow White. Probably, I would vote for that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Giving good gay energy.
Yeah. Okay, question 2, Ellie. Do you like Lenore better as Lenore or as Lenny?
Obviously Lenny. Like, much better for their gender presentation.
I feel like we could do a really fun, somehow mashup of like Lenore and Mulan in their male getup in a movie. That'd be fun.
Yes. Leigh, what was the least terrible song on the soundtrack? A. Trophy Boy. B. Not Changin'. C. Magical. Or D. Soar.
It's a real struggle to answer that question. But you know what? I actually think, ignoring everything about how these tie into the movie in any way, I think it might be Trophy Boy.
I think Trophy Boy slaps.
Yeah, Trophy Boy was fun. Confusing in the context of the film, but fun as a song.
Hits. Yeah.
Okay, question 4. Who is the wildest casting choice? A. Sia, B. Demi Lovato, C. Avril Lavigne, or D. John Cleese?
I feel like it's got to be D. John Cleese. I was surprised, but that really slapped me in the face, even though I was dying laughing that Sia was playing the half oracle.
I don't know. Yeah. Avril Lavigne, though, that really threw me when I looked that up.
Leigh, question number 5. Did you watch Charming? Yes or B, no?
Yes. I'm not sure.
Sort of.
I don't have regrets. I am curious to know if any of our listeners did, though, because God help you.
God save you.
I'm curious to hear if people actually saw this movie. Someone has to have rated it on Rotten Tomatoes. So let us know, listeners.
Whoever said Charming is Arrow Ace, if you're in our audience.
Oh my God, yes, please.
Let us know. Remember, you can give us your own answers to this episode Q&A questions on our Instagram at Lez Hang Out Pod. We love hearing from you and building community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things each episode. Would love to shout out Bonsai Bonnie, one who commented, we know who you are, Bonnie, on our Instagram that she pre-ordered Kirsten's book on Kobo. Bonnie, whenever you're done reading the book, please, please, please let us know your thoughts. It was such a fun read, and I can't wait for you to see where it twists and turns. As always, want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Mark Foster,
Lizette Stye,
Adi Benitez,
Sophia Phillips,
and Armani Gucci.
And our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen.
And Andrea Doucette, thank you so much. We could not continue to make this podcast without you.
Remember, you can also find us on all social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Lez Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at lezhangoutpod@gmail.com.
You can check out our website at lezhangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use for podcasts, make sure you subscribe so you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop.
We also have videos going up on our YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/lezhangoutpod to catch those.
Lez Hang Out is an independently produced show hosted by us with audio production by me. Our production assistant is Kristen Murison and other podcasting shenanigans by Leigh Holmes Foster.
If you want to help support the show, the first thing you can do is leave us a rating and a review on whatever app you use to listen to podcasts. It helps new people find the show.
And if you want to support us on Patreon, you can do that at bit.ly/lezpatreon. Our patrons are what single-handedly fund our show, so it's a huge, huge difference when you join our Patreon. We also have great bonus perks like Discord chat, where you can chat with us and other members of our Patreon community, and bonus episodes. Our last one was on the dynamics of queer friendships, especially after a queer breakup, and no personal lives involved at all.
None. If you want to check out all of our merch, you can find it on our website at bit.ly/lesmerch. You can get all sorts of fun stuff. We have tees, we have tanks, we have sweatshirts, we have mugs. So check out all of our designs and get yourself some fun Lez Hang Out things.
And remember, we have a queer production company making queer podcast musicals with guaranteed happy endings. You can find everywhere at $beanprod.
You can check out our website at dollarbeanproductions.com.
You can listen to our first two shows, The Flame and Journey to Tart, on any podcasting app.
And if you want to help support us in making more musicals, you can join our Patreon at bit.ly/dollarbeanpatreon.
If you want to follow us individually, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Ellie Brigida.
And you can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok at LSH Foster.
With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Leigh. And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Hi, I'm Brian Lucci, a former Chicago cop. Now I'm a producer on Chicago PD, and I'd like to introduce you to the official One Chicago podcast, the first ever behind-the-scenes look at the iconic TV shows. We're talking Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago Med. Join me each week for an exclusive conversation with the writers, the crew members, and the stars.
Voight's doing the right thing for Voight.
Check out the One Chicago podcast from Wolf Entertainment and USG Audio. Available now, wherever you get your podcasts.